I'm leaning towards an eighth round knockout. It's not going to be a KO, but I definitely think that he's going to knock him down in the round that he finishes it, and then the ref is going to call it off. But I see Beterbiev finishing this in the eighth round. What can I say? An eighth round knocked out. Called it pretty much, was spot on with it too. If you just saw our intro, you saw what I said. The corner actually stopped it. It wasn't a ref stoppage, but I mean, man, I was pretty much spot on with it. Eighth round knockdown, ref stoppage. I mean, this was a banger of a fight though. Artur Beterbiev versus Anthony Yarde, and we did call him Yarde last week, and we're sorry for that. It is Anthony Yarde, but this was one great fight, and I'm ready to get into it.
Oh yeah, and when it comes to the prediction, this is Alex's dub. I'm gonna let him have that, but I'm gonna claim it. Beterbiev stoppage, even though I was off by a couple rounds. I'm gonna take it. After last week's botching of my prediction, yeah, I'm definitely taking that. Alex said this was an insane fight. Like we thought, Yarde he brought it, but Beterbiev just different caliber of fighter, and that proved in the eighth round. Man, the right hand that basically ended the fight right there because I know he got the knockdown after, but the right hand that the stunned Yarde that it was so short and compact, caught him while Yarde was coming in. Beautiful punch, and honestly, my opinion on Beterbiev, it doesn't really rise or go lower based off this fight. It kind of stays the same. He just did what we already know he does, and Father Time doesn't seem like he took the dub this time. Beterbiev, even though he's 38, he's still dishing out powerful, thudding punches, and nah, he hasn't shown any signs of regressing yet. So Beterbiev, he's still the most dangerous man in boxing, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, and he definitely is. But I mean, let's talk about the build up to that eighth round. I mean, it was a slugfest, honestly, from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Yarde looked really, really good, to be honest. I know there was one point in the fight in the fifth round. Beterbiev was kind of saved by the bell. Yarde was landing some nice stuff, and I actually thought that the fight might end right there. And I literally sat up in my chair and I was like, Beterbiev is about to get saved by the bell. And as soon as the bell rang, you didn't see him stumbling around, but he was a little slower walking back to his corner. So he was, I think, a little dazed. But that was Yarde's, I think, best round. Definitely was his
Mm-hmm.
best fury of the entire fight at the end of that round. But I honestly was really impressed with Yarde in this fight. I hadn't seen him fight too many times before this, but I was super impressed. And um, he's definitely gonna have some more fights coming up his way, but Beterbiev, I know that we got some stuff to talk about him here in a second. But what did you think about really the beginning of this fight?
The beginning, I do like the pace that Yarde was trying to set. Beterbiev looked like his usual self, composed and just ready to let off shots when he finds the opportunity. But Yarde, I liked how he was fighting. He was more on the back foot than Beterbiev, but he was still pressing. In my opinion, he was utilizing his jab pretty well. But honestly, something the commentators did say that I agreed with was he was just kind of probing, just throwing his jab out there just to be active with it. The difference between him and Beterbiev is Beterbiev was actually using like power jabs at times as well, and that's something that can really stun your opponent. So that's something I was hoping to see from Yarde a little more, but that's like a minimal difference. I really liked how to be honest, he looked like he got tired relatively early, and it looked like he was,
His mouth was open in the fourth round. Like
yeah,
he was breathing
and
hard.
he looked like he was tired, but he was still pushing through, letting off some solid punches. I liked how he was using his uppercut a good amount. I do want to. I know I mentioned his hook last week. I would like to say I did like how he used it, but I feel like he kind of made it a little too obvious after the first couple of rounds. Just the way he was utilizing it, I think Beterbiev picked up on it and wasn't really phased by the hooks. But that right hand in the fifth round, like you said, and the one that got Beterbiev, that had me thinking for a second. But Beterbiev, he weathered the storm, and obviously getting to round number 8. I don't want to say it was looking even because I did think Beterbiev had the edge, but Yarde was definitely in the fight still.
Yeah, and that's another thing I wanted to bring up too is the scorecards. At the time the fight ended, Beterbiev was actually down on 2 of the 3 scorecards from the judges, which kind of interesting in my eyes. It was a pretty even fight, honestly, but I still probably would say it was either tied at that point or Beterbiev was up around. I don't see how Yard could have been up at that time. I think he was only up a round or 2 on the
Mhm.
2 cards I saw that were up, but, um, it was still kinda controversial. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, Yard wasn't up in my opinion. Like you said, it was a close fight. It was competitive, so I guess it's not like we can say it was blatantly wild that they had him up when it's within a round or two. So it wasn't too crazy to me, the scorecards, even though I definitely disagreed with them. But yeah, no, Beterbiev for sure was up by about a round, I feel like, or tied, like you said, because it was really back and forth. Um, I don't know though. Yard, even though he looked game, Beterbiev, he just looked like he had the edge, I guess, throughout the whole fight, minus the fifth round.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 5th round, he definitely won, I think, that round. I
Yeah.
think everyone can agree with that, but, I mean, this was just a great fight overall, and it kinda leads us into, a major fight. We don't know if it's actually gonna happen yet because Bivol may be on a different track, but, both these guys wanna fight each other, Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, so, what are your initial thoughts on this?
Biggest fight in boxing. Uh, I know I say that quite a lot when we get these big matchups, but no, this is legitimately the biggest fight. Stylistically, it's what more can you ask for? You got a boxer in Bivol, and then you got the puncher in Beterbiev. But then the way that they go about it, you just know it's going to make for something entertaining. And honestly, I could not say who I think wins that matchup. That's just something I think we got to wait and see. Sort of like a Spence Crawford. I know people have the side that they're on, but that's another matchup that I feel like I couldn't tell you who wins off the top of my head. And yeah, better be full. That is a fight I would love to see.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm ready for it. I mean, it's 2 complete, basically opposite styles. One's super defensive, one's pretty aggressive and got raw power. I
Mhm.
mean, Bivol, he doesn't knock a lot of people out. Better Beev's never finished a fight before or, been all 12 rounds before, so, it would be a really interesting fight. Honestly, I'm really hoping that Bivol doesn't wanna take a Canelo fight. I know that he said he wants to fight Canelo before Better Beef, but uh, I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm really looking forward to that matchup, coming up here, maybe hopefully later on this year.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel Bivol taking a Canelo fight again would be ideal because this is the fight. Better Bia versus Bivol, one of the biggest fights in boxing. Please get that done because obviously the bag for Bivol would be nice, but you can get that after. I that's how I really see it. Better Bia Bivol, that should be the top priority.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that. Hopefully, it happens later on this year. But before we get out of here, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell to turn on notifications to know when we post new content. And also, let us know in the comments below what you thought about this fight this past weekend, and also your first opinions on a Better Bia versus Bivol fight. We'd love to hear what y'all have to say.
Yeah, if you guys got any way too early predictions on that fight, you can also let us know on any of our social media pages. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, all at ATNW Podcast. And if you'd like, you could find my personal Instagram and Twitter at Christian_S52.
And if you want, you can find mine at ahindy2215.
That does it for this recap. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for Better Biev. And honestly, Yard too. He definitely put up a nice performance, but let's look forward to the future for them. Peace, y'all.
Peace.